Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Capital City Sports Network, where tonight, from the Plex in Irmo, South Carolina, the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the Southeastern Hockey Conference are proud to present the South Carolina Gamecocks and the visiting Florida Gators. Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us. Dillon Clark with Zach McKinstry, as always, here. A bit of a rematch here. If you'll remember, last season, the Gamecocks and the Gators tangled in the SEC tournament, and it didn't exactly go as planned.
Yeah, thriller in that one. Went down early 7-0 to Florida, and then South Carolina came back trying to avoid getting knocked out of that SEC tournament, ended up tying it at 8, but fell short and ended up getting knocked out of that SEC tournament after a 10-8 loss to Florida. So hoping to bounce back here tonight against Florida in their first rematch since then.
Gamecocks, no shortage of goals, especially in the last two games. A pair of wins on their first two home games against Vanderbilt, 7-0 and then 7-2. 14 goals in two games is quite a bit, but it's the people, the players who are leading the scoring that might be a little surprising.
Yeah, the South Carolina team has a lot of youth talent. 73 of the 88 points scored this year have come from underclassmen. The freshmen and sophomores on these teams have been incredible, and I expect a lot of action out of those youth players tonight.
The Gamecocks off to a 5-0 start so far this season. Their opponents 4-3 to begin the year, and so the Gamecocks, a bit of a different look here. Vanderbilt was different than Florida is going to be. Trip Russell in net tonight for the Gamecocks. He's going to have his work cut out for him against a much stronger Florida opponent.
Yeah, if you're Trip Russell, you can't expect as much help tonight as you got in that Vanderbilt game. A lot of goals scored early by South Carolina in that Vandy game. They're going to try and do that against Florida tonight, but Florida a much tougher opponent, so Trip Russell is going to be up to task tonight.
3 goals in the first minute and 30 seconds of the Gamecock home opener just 2 weeks ago. They got a goal inside of 30 seconds in that Sunday morning game as well. We don't expect that to be the case tonight, but again, in the ACHA, nothing would be a surprise. We're going to step aside here. When we come back, we will have puck drop and the first period here from the Plex on the Capital City Sports Network, all presented by SGTV.
And now for the starting lineup for the visiting. Number 27, Logan Hilton. Number 9, Harrison Haber. Number 42, John Cataneo. Number 96, Andrew Kuczynski. And number 35, Kyle Rover. Number 13, Cam Becca. Number 2, Roman Egan. Number 27, Owen Thomas. Number 4, Ryan McCown. Number 22, Duncan Hickman. And number 30, please stand for the national anthem.
Welcome back to the Capital City Sports Network. We are just a few moments away from puck drop. South Carolina and the visiting Florida Gators. As we said, the Gamecocks sporting a 5-0 record coming into tonight's matchup. Florida 4-3. A rematch of some sorts here tonight. Again, 10-8 the final score last time these two teams met. And so we look to the goaltenders to keep the score down a little bit here in October of 2019.
Also important to mention, Dillon, that last year during the regular season, South Carolina beat this Florida team twice. Early on in the season, the first 2 games for this Gamecock squad, but the only one that matters, that SEC tournament, was a loss for them in what ended up being one of the more exciting games during the season.
Gamecocks struggled in the SEC tournament in the last few years. 5 consecutive losses for them, dating all the way back to 2017. Gamecocks lost to Heartbreakers. It seems like every trip to Nashville, but for right now, Trip Russell and the Gamecocks ready here in Irmo. Ronan Egan's line starts things off for the Gamecocks. Connor Nicholson's line for the Gators. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Underway here, Duncan Hickman goes into the corner to get it. Cam Mecca throws a shoulder into the man, and a point shot comes from long range. Getting after this one now, Logan Hinton sends one, and now a couple of Gators back down low. The puck loose in the slot here. Finally pulled out, sent through the goal mouth until it's picked up by Owen Thomas. The freshman out of Scituate, Massachusetts, sends one up towards center ice. It's kicked back in until Ryan McGowan, who is making his October debut here for the Gamecocks, can send one all the way into the Florida zone. Ronan Egan taking to the boards. Owen Thomas ends up taking that puck. Still battled there with Logan Hinton. Gators move that puck free. Can't be held on the point by Duncan Hickman. Now a chance back the other way. Harrison Haber makes a nice move, takes a shot and scores! Harrison Haber, less than 50 seconds into this game, and the Gators take a 1-0 lead.
Impressive goal there, Harrison Haber. Stopped on a dime, let that puck follow through. Defender bit, and that left Haber with a one-on-one with Trip Russell. A lot of space for him. He didn't miss that shot. Trip Russell tested early here, first time being tested, and a quick goal for this Florida team.
That's the third consecutive game here this is the third game from the Plex this season, and the third consecutive time that someone has allowed a goal inside the first minute of play. And so we restart. The Gamecocks called down offsides. That puck played in. Kyler Maruve, if we did not mention it, the starting goaltender tonight for the Gators. Head coach of the Florida Gators, Mike Marcinkowitz, he was ejected from that game in Nashville last season. And his team managed to rally and hang on for the win. Again, Alan Sirois in his 5th season behind the bench for South Carolina. Avery Prudent shovels one in on the backhand. Down to play it is Ben Smith. Receives some heavy checking there from Jake Dima. Now the puck finally taken out here by Matt Owen. Owen centering that second line, or the white line, the jerseys they wear in practice. Ben Smith and Ian Powderly. Owen takes a nice hit there. Tyler Oakley lays a hit of his own as Avery Prudent brings this one back with 90 seconds gone in the first period. Line change for South Carolina. Gray line comes on. Bolger, Reese, and the newest addition, Luke Rudman. But they will have to wait to get that complete line change. As now headman up for Ian Powderly. He's still on the ice here. Long shift here for Powderly. This puck dumped back into South Carolina territory. And now the Gamecocks will get the full line change, coupled with an icing here. 18-10 to go. First period from Irmo.
Keys to the game for South Carolina tonight is to stay disciplined, stay out of that box. We saw a couple of times during that Vanderbilt series, things would get chippy, and there were moments in the periods where South Carolina would send a lot of men to the box. They're going to want to stay out of the box against this better team Florida tonight and have to bounce back offensively.
Offensive zone draw. Gamecocks can't hang on to it. Battle in near the boards here. Luke Rudman and his line mate Julian Reese. 6 goals on the season and some physicality as well. Julian Reese still riding the high of that hat trick 2 weeks ago. And now a big hit there and a delayed penalty. We'll see. Julian Reese immediately being waved off here by the official. He went for a hard hit there. It really looked like he only clipped the Gator player, but Reese headed towards the box. An elbow. 2 minutes for Julian Reese.
Right after I said it, Dillon. Reese with the elbow there. Trying to increase the physicality, get this Gamecocks crowd into the game. A big crowd tonight out for Pink at the Rink here in support of breast cancer. South Carolina going to play a man down for these next 2 minutes.
Offensive zone tie-up here for the Gators, and they'll go to work on the power play. Back out to the point, walking the line, sending this one back down low for Brian Owen. He's going to get this one back in the circle. Top of the point, down low. Quick shot, save made, Russell there. Coming off the stick of Andrew Kuczynski. Taken by Colin Burke in behind. He's got a couple of Gators to contend with. Sends that one up off the mask there. Connor Nicholson, who they forgot to announce in the game opening ceremonies. Nicholson takes a puck off the head. Not a great start to the night here for Nicholson, but I'm sure he'll take that 1-0 lead. Gators continue to work here on the power play. It is Nicholson now in front of the Gamecock bench, patiently awaiting the pressure there from Matt Owen. They'll cycle it back down low. Out of the corner, Gamecocks right off the shaft of the stick of Joe Collega. This one goes wide. Harrison Haber, wearing number 9 tonight for the Gators. Centering pass here. They try to work things back down low. Loose puck taken there by Nichols. Nicholson sends this one back down low again for Haber. Out off the back of the net there. Waved off and taken by Logan Hinton, one of the alternate captains. Centering pass knifed out of the way. Michael Peak waves after it. Matt Owen swipes at it as well, but he can't get the puck out. 48 seconds to go on the game-opening power play, and it finally gets out. Sirwas Gamecocks going to get a line change here. Kollega stays on, though. Swept in on the near side boards there by Kuczynski. Underneath, taken by Burke, sent all the way out off the glove of Brendan Carey. Collision in front of that penalty box, and now a shorthanded opportunity backed away for Mike Bolger. 6 goals on the year, and he thinks better of it, sends this one back for Ryan McGowan. 21 seconds left, man advantage for Florida. Played by the goaltender Maruve, dropped off for his defenseman Williams. And he will start the breakout pass, but it takes a hop, skip, and a jump out into the Gamecock territory. And we have another icing here with 11 seconds to go on the elbowing penalty to Julian Reese. So we said Florida's going to be a little different than Vanderbilt. Quite the difference here.
Yeah, you can see the offense is much, much better. Getting opportunities in that offensive zone. Doing a good job shifting that puck, moving it around on the power play. South Carolina doing a good job of clearing it, and now with a chance shorthanded.
Double-edged sword of the Gamecocks, averaging 7.4 goals for per game. Again, 5-0 to start this year. The double-edged sword of that is you get a little used to winning. Gators come out and show some stiff opposition here early on in this game. The Gamecocks find themselves down. Out of the penalty box, Julian Reese. The Gamecocks kill off their first penalty kill. Tyler Oakley taking it to the boards. Ronan Egan comes back to give his defenseman some help. Now move the outlet pass to Parker West, acting as that 7th roving defenseman tonight for Alan Sirwa. Owen Thomas now on the rush down the left side. He's got Egan with him. Little move to the backhand there. Solid defensive play. Sliding down to his knees was Chris Broski. Becca takes a shot. He's on a 5-game goal-scoring streak. 7 tucks to start this year. Puck out to the near side. Boards taken there on the backhand. Shoveled back out past Mecca. Drifting all the way back down for yet another icing. And with 15:04, we head back into Gator territory.
Yeah, Dillon, and Cam Mecca's success so far this year has not been a surprise. One of the hardest working players last year, named the captain in the offseason. 7 goals so far this year and 9 points. The point total second on the team, the goal total first on the team. And he is one of the players to watch for this Gamecock offense.
Off the draw. Pruden going to spike this one. A bouncer can't be settled down by Chad Lazine. He's back in the lineup tonight, playing on the gold line, the jerseys they wear in practice, with Michael Peake and Corey Hawkinson. Taken in the slot now. Pruden sends one towards the net. Goes off a few sticks and into the corner there for Hawkinson. Taken into the boards there by Williams. The puck squirts free. Nice little chip play out off the boards, but it's taken by Tyler Oakley. D-to-D pass, Pruden and Oakley. They've played together every game so far this season. Tyler Oakley really come in to be one of the better puck-moving defensemen for South Carolina. The sophomore out of Mansfield, Massachusetts, takes the puck now in Oakley. Slot pass there for Michael Peake. Chad Lazine gets in after it. A couple of waves there from the stick, but Jake Dima takes it instead. Dima out off the boards, pinching in. McGowan going to swat this one all the way out and misses the netting and the glass. And fortunately, missed all the fans as well. Puck out of play, a whistle and a face-off here.
South Carolina being more aggressive since allowing that first goal. I think it was a bit of a shock to them after having played so well early on this season. As we talked about, 5-0 on the season, 3-0 in the SEC, and haven't been tested as much in recent games. So they're going to have to step up against Florida tonight.
Smart defensive hockey. The Gamecocks, Alan Sirwas said, the Gamecocks need to play their game. And if they can execute that game, he has the utmost confidence in them. But 1-0 right now, not exactly the game the Gamecocks have been looking for. Stretch pass now, Ben Smith down the left side. Tries to center one for Powderly. Had a yawning cage in front of him, but he couldn't get a touch on it. Ian Powderly led the Gamecocks in assists last season. He's going to send this one back down low for Ben Smith. Junior still looking for his first goal on the season. Looking to get the monkey off his back here against the Gators. Point shot, stick save made by Kyler Maruve. Into the corner, it's Powderly. That new look white line there with Matt Owen at center. Powderly can't keep that puck in. It's going to be taken and skated out there by Luke Haber. Taken into the boards there by Powderly. Puck goes in around. Physicality, a definite factor here. Taken off the stick and the skate of Duncan Hickman. Up forward to Ian Powderly, but shoveled back in where McGowan can take it. Has an official and a Gator to deal with. No, not the one he plays on the same team with, Luke Rudman. And this one shoveled back in. Mike Bolger with some speed gets on his horse, gets into the corner, and gets the puck as well. Line change for South Carolina. Julian Reese comes to give some support here. Back to the defenseman and captain, Andrew Kuczynski for Florida. On around for Nicholson. Couldn't handle it. Parker West elects to send this one back down underneath. Taken by Kaczynski of Florida. Sent up, taken by Harrison Haber. Now a stretch pass with some speed down the right side. Bodied off the puck there by Wes. Now shovel pass stick to side there by Russell. Bolger on the puck now, 12.5 to go first period. A 1-0 hockey game. The Gators have the lead. That goal scored back in the first minute. Haber from Catalino and Nicholson. Burke forces his man off the puck. Luke Rudman can't handle that one. It's taken in a nice diving play. Takes down Mike Bolger. Play continues. It drifts back now. Burke swats that one off the dasher. Taken by Luke Rudman. And now he'll send this one to a patch of ice where it can be picked up by Bolger. In the circle. Centering pass there off a few skates. Where's the puck? To the side of the net there. Rudman can't get a clean shot off, so it comes around for Tyler Oakley instead. Oakley pinching down low. Goes in with Kaczynski. Has the puck though. Looking for a centering pass. Scored down in front for Bolger. He can't get a good touch on it. Ladled back out, but held in. Julian Reese, some solid glove work. It's Mike Bolger at the top of the circles. The Gators finally team up there to swat that puck out. Nicholson along with Logan Hinton. And so winding things up from his own end is Avery Pruden. Icing waved off here, puck held in, and finally off the stick of Tyler Oakley. It goes up and into the bench for a whistle and a stoppage here. Harrison Haber wearing number 9 tonight, though that number typically worn by Edward Parkhill of Florida, but as we understand it, Parkhill was in some serious condition. He was jumped after a football game a few weeks ago. He was in a coma for about a week and a half. He has since come out of it and is on the road to recovery. We certainly wish Parkhill and his family all the best. The Gators have a GoFundMe page on their Twitter. A link right there. You can help out the Parkhill family in any way you can. Again, our thoughts certainly go out to Parkhill and the Gator family. Now a stretch pass back the other way. It's Mecca in on a breakaway. Backhand shot. Beautiful defensive play as Mecca goes thundering into the boards. Centering pass. Owen Thomas wanted that puck. He's not going to get it. Cam Mecca turns the Jets on and comes up with a beautiful opportunity out of nowhere. Fantastic defensive play and a save by Kyler Maruve. I believe Ryan Williams, the defenseman, to get back and get a touch on that one. In the offensive zone, Thomas still after it. Mecca's got the puck here. Second opportunity, takes it down to the goal and tries to stuff it. Open net there. Couldn't be tapped home by Egan. Down low, the Gamecock captain again, giving a rough ride in that far corner. Puck taken now here by Alex Carr. Teaming up with Brian Owen. And now Mecca sends one. Egan, quick shot, knocked down, may have gone off a body in front. Underneath, Egan still going to battle for it here. This line containing so many of the Gamecock points. 7 goals on the year for Mecca. Ronan Egan leads the team with 7 assists and 10 points. Finally a line change here as Chad Lazine comes on. Egan still on the ice, he's gassed, but he's got the puck for now. With Lazine breaking towards the net, it comes instead now to Duncan Hickman. Hickman sends one on goal, and it is touched up by a defenseman covered by Kyler Maruve. And Chad Lazine exchanges words with Luke Haber.
South Carolina doing a good job of forechecking and creating offensive opportunities for themselves, making Florida make that pass to get it out of their zone. South Carolina so far tonight has picked up their offensive intensity since that first goal allowed.
Mixture of healthy and unhealthy scratches tonight for the Gamecocks. Evan Hoey and Nick Peters still on the road to recovery from their respective injuries. Nick Peters re-aggravated that ankle injury at practice on Monday night. Hoey still recovering from the shoulder surgery of this past summer. Rob Lawrence and Alex Siegfried, the scratches tonight. Puck now taken in Gamecock territory, sticked behind his goal by Trip Russell. Nicholson in on the forecheck. Burke patiently sends this one over to Parker West. Now the breakout pass received by Michael Peak. 3-on-2 develops for South Carolina. Peak takes the shot. Maruve with the easy stick save. Still after that puck, Mike Peak. And now Corey Hawkinson gives him some help. With the puck now, looking for Lazine in the slot area. It goes instead to the skate there of Ryan Williams. Now Harrison Haber taken in there, sends one into the slot area. Backhanded out by Burke, taken by Peak, and he's going to have to chase this one a little bit longer. Peak goes wide here, sends one in the slot. Hawkinson takes a shot, rang it off the goal post. Corey Hawkinson 2 inches away from tying this game at 1, but he's got the puck still. Sends a pass now, beautiful, back for Michael Peak. Held into the line there by Avery Pruden. Send in back down low for Hawkinson. Hawkinson tangles there with Jack Ziskin. And now it drifts all the way back out. Nicholson has a step here on Oakley. Takes it out wide onto the backhand. Easy save made by Russell. Right on the stick with the glove on top. And the score remains 1-0, but not for a lack of trying.
Michael Peak doesn't have a goal yet this year, but he had 2 grade A chances right there. The first, open, finding the lane, getting that shot off, but didn't get his full stick on it. Easy save there. And then next, beating his man down that left side and creating a shot right out in front by Corey Hawkinson off the bar. Almost tied this game at 1.
Right there, that little area, 15 feet in front of the net, right in between the face-off dots. That's where Corey Hawkinson makes his money. 4 goals last season and a abridged season for him as Maruve sticks this one into the corner. And going to be taken now by one of his wingers, but still Ben Smith in on it. Escapes a Williams check there. And it's taken out now off the stick into the dasher. And a big collision there. Ian Powderly throws a shoulder into a man. Is now on the side of the net. Matt Owen swipes at this one. It comes back out, and a rush develops here for the Gators. Back now is Joe Collega, icing washed out. 8 minutes to go. First period, Gators lead 1-0. To his defensive partner, Joe Collega. On with Duncan Hickman. Breakout pass, shut down a little bit. Ben Smith recovers and sends on for Ian Powderly. In the slot, a shot just wide of the glove of Kyler Maruve. Powderly hustles toward the bench. Control breakout here for Nick Bellinger. Now in behind the goal, Jake Dima. Where it's taken though, on the interception. Quick shot from a sharp angle. Maruve holds his goal post and robs Rudman.
Rudman, good defensive play there, taking the puck off his man and moving in towards the net, getting the shot off. Good save there by Maruve. And Ben Smith as well, a great play, getting that pass out in front to Powderly, creating another chance, and Powderly just sent that one wide.
Alan Sirois noted that Corey Hawkinson had been moved from centering Ben Smith's line. Matt Owen plugged in as he's, according to the coach, is a grittier player, adds a little bit more of that edge that might benefit that line. When Hawkinson, Powderly, and Smith play together, it's kind of like having 3 of the same players on the line and try to diversify things. As now here's a chance in the slot there, big save Maruve. He denies Rudman after a huge open ice collision, dished out there by Ryan McGowan. Taken at the point, Bolger sidesteps his man and one of the Gators as well. Can't pull it out of his skates. Taken instead by Jack Ziskin. Still held in the zone by McGowan. Backhanding that puck is Bolger of the Valley Forge Minutemen with Ronan Egan a couple of years back. Now right off the skate there at Julian Reese. That puck may have gone on goal. Maruve keeps it out. A slow roller comes back. Parker West goes into overdrive to beat his forechecker back. He's got a little bit of trouble settling this puck down. Out at open ice, puck pinballs around a little bit, and sidestepping his man was Cam Mecca. Mecca taken into the boards here. Gators not willing to give up an inch, and rebound, Mecca scores! Cam Mecca races off the half boards, pots his 8th goal of the season, and ties it up here for the Gamecocks.
How about that? Cam Mecca, the leading goal scorer for this team, setting up that entire play. First thing's moving that puck up the ice. 5 holds his man, Huber. Working that puck into the offensive zone, then working all the way around back into the slot where that puck bounced out to him, and what a finish by Cam Mecca.
It's to the point where we shouldn't expect any less. Brilliant play by Cam Mecca. Tyler Oakley goes down now. The assists on the goal, Luke Rudman and Julian Reese. And now it's Hawkinson here. Sends another backhander on goal as he goes down afterwards. Maruve holds on to that one. 6:04, offensive zone faceoff. Brand new hockey game.
Yeah, the crowd's starting to get into it too, and you see right off the jump after that goal, South Carolina with another offensive opportunity, and they're getting going now.
Down low, the Gators take this one in behind their own net. Mecca's team-leading 8th goal of the season, and now a backhand chance here for Corey Hawkinson, poked into the corner by Kyler Maruve. Battling for that puck, and now finally sending it back down low is Tyler Oakley. Around to get it here, picked out and flipped all the way back up Avery Pruden tries to glove it down, and now a nice individual effort. Back the other way come the Gators, 2-on-1, centering pass there, and they score! Beautiful passing play, Logan Hinton connects, Connor Nicholson tucks it home, and just like that, the Gators strike back.
Nicholson answering quickly. Pruden gave that puck away in the neutral zone. And Hinton making a good play on the puck, patient with it, waiting for that passing lane to open up. And he connects with Nicholson. Trip Russell had no chance on the open cage there.
These Gators are a quick skating team, evidence of it right there. Pruden got tangled up, trying to hold that puck in the zone. A 2-on-1 resulted and played perfectly there by the Gators. What was a 1-0 game, 1-1, and now 2-1 here in favor of the visitors. Cam Mecca's line tapped to try and re-even the score here. Puck ends up in neutral territory. Ronan Egan, puck bounces up. And now Hickman sends one across for Colin Burke. Over for Mecca. Has to spin around to receive that pass. Makes a nice move around the defense. Sends one on goal there. Loose in front. Maruve swats at it. It comes all the way back out. And Hickman comes back once more. Cam Mecca, the hot hands in any game, but they seem a little hotter than usual tonight. Cross-ice pass. Owen Thomas sends one. Save made. Maruve loose puck. Jammed at there, and a quick whistle. Puck still loose as Ronan Egan went after it. And the fans here in South Carolina, quite a few of them on hand here. We'll have to wait a little bit longer here for another goal. 4:50 to go, period number 1.
Yeah, refs being chirped by fans and players alike. That puck was loose for a good chunk of time. And they blew it dead quickly. Another good chance there by Owen Thomas. And another shutdown by Maruve. South Carolina trying to get this offense going after the quick giveaway and goal by Florida.
Late change here for the Gators. Matt Owen wins the draw over to Ian Powderly. Ryan McGowan shuffles over to send that one back down low. Matt Owen jousting for it there. Hinton comes to take him into the boards, but Matt Owen squirts free. Puck now taken by Ian Powderly. All three Gamecock forwards collapse down low. Owen tries to swat that one as it bounces in front. Now loose in the slot, Gators take it. Nicholson sends one near side for Harrison Haber, streaking down the left wing, right-handed shot. Tries to curl around him, and McGowan got him with the hip. Ben Smith accidentally turned it back over, and the Gators turn it right back. Ian Powderly out through center, escorts this one through to Joe Collega, sends a heater high and wide into the glass. The Gamecocks effectively clear the zone on themselves. Odd man rush develops for Florida. Nicholson to the far side, sends one on goal. Russell had a little trouble with that, and a big hit by Collega behind the play. Loose puck taken here. Sent into the corner once more. Off the stick of Logan Hinton. Back down low, another collision there. Joe Collega turning things up. Out of the corner, back now towards the point. Cautalino, shot knocked down. Kaczynski controls, sends one on goal. Russell makes the save, rebound taken. Russell another big save from zero angle. And now a dust up afterwards.
Yeah, Huber bumping into Trip Russell after Trip Russell made quite a good save there, right out in front on the doorstep.
Two big opportunities there. Haber picking up the initial rebound there, and good job by Russell holding the post there, making himself big. Not a great angle to shoot from for Haber, but you see time and time again, goaltender's not holding the post properly. It finds just that little hole underneath the elbow or up over the shoulder. Good job by Russell to hold this game at 2-1.
Yeah, good positioning there by Russell as he gets a word or two from the ref, and we get ready for face-off.
Draw won by the Gators. Sent one on goal. They've been taken there off the toe of Trip Russell, off the outside of the cage as well. Gators can't hold it in. They'll be content to flip this one in. They're going to be taken by Owen Thomas. Gators hold it in though. Bunch of turnovers here. This one in and out of the skates of Mike Bolger, delayed offsides. Oakley going to take this one. At center ice, backhanded in by Nick Bellinger. Pruden sends this one back, takes it himself. Out off the boards there for Oakley. D-to-D switch. Breakout there. Rudman, dangerous kick of that puck. Unfortunately for him, it's taken by Avery Pruden. Now near side, Rudman gets it back. Reese gets crunched. Rudman still with it. Centering pass there. Tried to be swiped out of the air by Avery Pruden. Julian Reese comes back, holds it into the blue line here, sends a big hit, right shoulder to shoulder. Aiden Maruve goes down, now loose in front, turning shot, save made by his brother Kyler Maruve, and a big hit after the whistle. A late hit, Aiden Maruve going after Julian Reese. They have words, the official goes down. And the intensity continues to be raised.
Yeah, first things first, Rudman with an incredible shot, not even looking at the goal, manages to get it off and sends it right into the keeper. And then after the play, that looked like old NHL when you could just body your buddies after the whistle. Out of nowhere, flying in comes a Florida man to knock down Reese, and Reese wasn't having it, neither was his teammates. Knock it right back, and that intensity starting to pick up here, Dillon.
Man, I'll tell you what, that might have been the best part of playing NHL 10 was just leveling guys after the whistle and then not having to pay any sort of consequence for it. Although we do have no consequences here. I'm looking at the penalty box expecting to see someone in there, and we have none. Vacant penalty boxes will stay at 5-on-5. Kyler Maruve stops it in behind the Florida net, sends this one around. Corey Hawkinson taking it to the boards there, but he's got the puck. Spins off his check there, off of the hip of Williams, and Hawkinson controls it back down low. A little pirouette there in the far face-off circle, sends it free to Michael Peak. Under the goal, still with possession. Now for Hawkinson, uses the boards. This puck pops all the way into the air. Finally off the glove there, and it can be settled down by Logan Hinton. But now taken back the other way, off a skate though, turnover, it's Peak, 2-on-1 develops, right wing, it's Peak, centers one for Hawkinson, he saves it! Maruve got the glove on it! Corey Hawkinson, 2 opportunities in the slot. Kyler Maruve flashes the leather. No goal, the fans think it went in. Unbelievable.
Hawkinson ready to break his stick there. Peak, what a play, getting that puck and moving it in, and then a perfect pass to Hawkinson. Somehow Maruve got back to cover it and got a bit of his glove on it. That puck rolled towards the net, ended up hitting the post is what it looked like. No goal, and South Carolina left gasping.
Maruve must have left a little pile of snow on the goal line there. I have no idea how that puck stayed out. Meanwhile, off the draw, taken by Owen Thomas. Sent underneath for his center, Ronan Egan. Centering pass there intended for Cam Mecca. Nicely cut off there by Hinton. Hinton sends it around for Nichols. A goal and an assist tonight for Nichols. Now it's taken there, sidestepping Parker West. Gators come back with some speed. It is Hinton in the slot, sent down to the ice by Owen Thomas. And Mecca races forward with the puck. Swatted from his control, Egan taken into the glass. Although the Gator that hit him looked like he got the worst of it. Colin Burke sends one off the boards. And off the turnover, kicked free there by Harrison Haber. Haber against West. Once more in the South Carolina zone. Just over a minute to go here. West streaking out of his own zone, gathering speed here through the neutral. And now out to the right side, West still with the puck. Scored his first goal of the season on the road against Coastal back in September. He's got the wheels, as now we have a delayed penalty. We'll see who goes off. Looks like the Gamecocks might be shorthanded here.
We'll see what the penalty was, but a couple of Gamecocks showing off their speed on that shift. First, Cam Mecca with an incredible back check, preventing that odd man rush for Florida. And then, how about the effort by Parker West going coast to coast, using his speed, dipping and dodging around men, as it looks like they're going to send Huber to the box. And the Gamecocks will have their first penalty of the game. Power play, excuse me.
Good to see an official signal there. Perhaps a hold. Looked like a couple of players got tangled up there, but first power play for South Carolina. Hawkinson, Powderly, Ben Smith. Avery Pruden with the puck now. His defensive counterpart, Tyler Oakley. Pruden sends that one wide. Sharp angle shot there. Maruve gets back. The net is off. Big opportunity. Maruve may have gotten a blocker on that. Sharp angle one-timer from Tyler Oakley. Great lateral movement there by the Florida goaltender.
Yeah, Pruden looking for another pass there at the blue line, and no defender stepped up. He took that slapper, trying to get a body out in front, and it bounced out to the left side. Shot there. Another good save by Maruve, and now another face-off.
46 seconds left in the period, a minute 50. We'll have carryover time into the second, unless the Gamecocks can tuck in a power play goal here. Ben Smith battling in front of the net. The puck comes back to Oakley. Quickly down low. Pruden sends one upstairs. Just misses the net, and Tyler Oakley can't hold that puck in. Gonna come all the way back down. He waves off Trip Russell. Oakley gonna take this one himself. Gathering speed, a home run pass intended for Ian Powderly, cut off, but Hawkinson's got it down the right side. Sends one high and wide again. Pruden races over to the wall, able to hold this one in. Sends it there, and a nice defensive play. Hinton takes a hit there and gives one right back to Ben Smith. Gamecocks work it down low. Sharp angle shot off the outside of the cage. And the officials blow it dead. They thought it went in. And Corey Hawkinson, for the third time tonight, so close to a goal, at least according to our eyes. The net may have come off there. Hard to tell if that was before or after the whistle blew, but that puck looked like it went in the way it hit the netting.
Yeah, a couple of quick whistles by the referees here. First on that save, they said the goalie was on top of it. That puck was loose, and now an inadvertent whistle there. Might help both teams as Florida was on their heels. South Carolina will get a couple line changes.
Zerwa getting labored, or getting lectured here from the official. Why he can't make his line changes there.
Just received word that the official call on Huber was a hold.
Off the draw, Oakley, quick shot, stick save, Maruve. And that'll do it. First period in the books. The Gamecocks will have 1 minute and 6 seconds of power play time. When we begin the second period, we'll take a break. And when we come back, intermission interview with Gamecock captain and lone goal scorer Cam Mecca. All of that and more when we return on the Capital City Sports Network, presented by SGTV. All right, welcome back to the Capital City Sports Network. Intermission here. The Gamecocks trail 2-1 against the Gators here with Captain Cam Mecca. Cam, team's down, but you were able to get a pretty solid goal. Walk us through. What did you see on that one?
Saw Bulger taking it to the net. He had a good back behind the back pass in front, and I just picked up the rebound there. So got it right in front. So I was lucky enough to be there right time.
Bit of a different team here tonight, Florida as opposed to Vanderbilt. What's kind of the main difference here against your opponent?
We got to play with a little better speed right now. Started off kind of slow. You know, the boys are kind of tired right now, but I think towards the end of that period, we picked it up towards the end there. We just got to keep that momentum going into the second here. You know, it's a faster team compared to Vanderbilt. That's the best team we've played so far, so we just got to pick it up a notch, but I think we'll be ready for the second period.
Last thing, you got a ton of rookies on the team, a lot of young guys. They're driving the scoring. What does it mean for you as a captain to see all your young players contributing offensively like that?
Oh, you love to see it. You know, you love to see the younger guys getting into it because, you know, especially, from last year, it was a lot of, first-area, primary scoring. So having that secondary scoring and third, fourth line guys getting goals, it's a lot of, relief from our end, having a little less pressure. So having a little bit more, time to play the game completely instead of focusing on scoring goals all the time. So.
Thanks, Cam. Good luck in this second, all right?
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Take it easy. We'll step aside when we come back. Second period action here from the Plex. Welcome back to the Plex here on the Capital City Sports Network. Just moments from puck drop in the second period. If you're just with us, the Gamecocks trail the Gators 2-1. Although they do have a power play in an attempt to try and get back in this game and get back even.
Yeah, Carolina fell asleep early on, let up that quick goal within the first minute. But they've kind of regained their composure, ended up working that next goal and that tying goal in later on in the first period, and then a bad giveaway and a one-time goal for Florida to regain that lead. So we'll see if they can get chances on this power play to open this second period, and if they have a chance to tie this game.
Kyler Maruve stood on his head in the latter parts of that first period. Now right off the draw, here's Cam Mecca. Mecca takes it out wide, sends one up and over the glove. A minute of power play time remaining here for South Carolina. Mecca out with Owen Thomas, Ronan Egan, Tyler Oakley, and Avery Pruden back at the point. Mecca, the lone left-handed shot on this unit. Pruden sends one from the point, bounces off a shin guard, and fortunately for Avery Pruden, it bounces back right in his path. Takes it now, sidesteps a man to the red line, going to bring this one in himself. Takes it back down to the goal line, kind of loses it a little bit there and gets into a jousting battle. Pruden broke his stick. It's going to be a 4.5 on 4 here. Gamecocks, one man without a stick. It's Pruden. Now Mecca takes it back, sends one right from the point there. Thunder's off the boards. Joe Collega comes on to replace Avery Pruden. 18 to go. Man advantage in the box is Huber for a hold. Owen Thomas, center point quickly. Out far for Joe Collega. Sends one from a sharp angle, knocked down in front, taken by Ronan Egan. He can't settle it down though. Egan still with that puck in his skates, and now it's finally slammed out off the boards there. Solid defensive play from Michael Coletta. That'll be the end of the Gamecocks' first power play here tonight. Coming back now is Cam Mecca. Both teams 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Mecca now with some speed, breaking in, takes it out to his backhand, shovels one, just kind of flipped that one towards the net. Goes right off the shin guard there. And Brian Owen taking him into the boards. Also now Jake Dima, and down low Matt Owen comes together with Andrew Kaczynski. Racing out is Hinton, away from the checking of Owen Thomas. Thomas strips him of control though, centering pass there. McGowan the shot off the glove of Maruve. It just bounces wide. Ben Smith sends a backhander back down low. He didn't know Owen Thomas was heading off. Puck flipped out. Ryan McGowan racing back to take it for South Carolina. 2 minutes gone in the second period. South Carolina still trailing 2-1. McGowan to start things. Out and across, Ben Smith gains the red line, dumps the puck in. Back to play this one now for the Gators. Michael Coletta, now a collision. Puck comes down from his knees. It can be played here to Nick Bellinger as he takes the shoulder, but racing on is Aiden Maruve. Aiden Maruve sends one, blocker saved by Russell. Rebound picked up by Harrison Haber. Turning shot there and another pad save from Trip Russell as the puck drifts up further. Ian Powderly has it now, one Gamecock against 3 Gators. Takes it out wide on the right wing, stood up there by Kaczynski. Held a little bit behind the play, and the puck taken now here by Brendan Carey. Shot, save made by the blocker again of Russell. John Cautalino sent down. Now the puck rolls free to Ryan McGowan. Out off a stick, settled down by Powderly though. With Julian Reese, Powderly gets it back, kicks it up to his stick. Centering pass there, loose in front, and they're gonna call it no goal. Aiden Maruve got on top of it. Time and time again, the Gamecocks right on that doorstep. And they come just a hair away from tying this game, but Aiden Maruve, or Kyler Maruve rather, shuts the door.
Yeah, that puck bouncing around in front of Kyler Maruve. Looks like he had control of it, then started getting poked at by some South Carolina center. And then that puck was blown dead. South Carolina came out a lot more hot to start this second period. And we've seen a lot more offense and action by both squads so far.
Julian Reese wins it back. Bulger the quick shot off the outside of the cage again. You saw the netting twitch there. Puck wasn't inside of it though. Bulger out off the dasher, held in by Burke. Follow-up opportunity, Luke Haber sends this one down. Trip Russell out to play it. Haber pulls up off the icing here. Didn't hear that whistle. That would have been confusing. Haber could have gone right through Russell there. Icing brings his play all the way back down to our left. Might have to turn up the headset on this one.
Oh yeah. South Carolina more offensive chances this period. They're working the puck well, Cam Mecca is in his bag so far tonight. 3 or 4 dekes that have been successful.
The Colin Burke shot goes off the shin guard of Williams there. Puck instead comes all the way back around for Luke Rudman. Rudman off the boards as this puck played up through. Mike Bolger can't play it. It goes off one of the Gamecock defenders, perhaps Wes. And on the regroup, Julian Reese takes it, sends one with ferocity off the glass there. Skitters back through. Mike Bolger bodies his man Broski. Chris Broski against Mike Bolger. The battle continues. Now sent out off the boards, held there by Colin Burke. Defenseman pinching back down low. 6'5". This puck, awkward bounce right in front. Off the skate there of Chris Broski, right into the glove of his goaltender. Gamecocks are getting these bounces. It's just not exactly the kind of bounces they're looking for.
Yeah, good play there, keeping that puck in the offensive zone and just centering that one in the slot. Broski in the wrong place and off his skates into the pads of Maruve.
On the ice now, the king of the unfortunate bounce so far for South Carolina, Corey Hawkinson. Michael Peak picks it up on the backhand, sends it through. Hawkinson going to pick it up now. Swatted back down below the goal line by the paddle of Kyler Maruve. As now Corey Hawkinson wins an odd man battle. Point shot, Oakley redirected right off the knee of Connor Nicholson. Taken there, escorted out off the boards by Harrison Haber. Racing after it is Nichols. Nicholson below the goal line, away from Tyler Oakley. Avery Pruden bails him out as this puck chipped back there by Michael Peak. Gators have it though, in the slot, stripped of control, now escorted out by Michael Peak. He's taking some slashes here across center, throws one in on the backhand. Chad Lazine after it, picks it up off the outside of the cage, puck bounces into the glass area, swatted out there by Michael Peak, but the Gators have it in Hinton. Now Nichols sends one across ice. Out off the dasher, played through, tries to feed Hinton there. Almost a brilliant feed. As now awkwardly into the boards goes Tyler Oakley. Tough to see him, he pops right back up. Connor Nicholson, centering pass here. Point shot knocked down in front, may have gone off Hawkinson. Gators have the puck, and now a whistle here as we have the net knocked off. It's the third time that net's come off, and it's the same at right post. It's to Trip Russell's right. And mooring there, not exactly the strongest, but big collision there. Tyler Oakley going down in the corner, and just the angle at which he went in, it looked a little more scary than I think it was.
Awkward, had his head down going into those boards and got pushed. Glad to see him up and going. He's been playing great defense so far tonight. A good play on that last shift, stopping an odd man rush for Florida.
And it's that danger area too, 2 or 3 feet off the boards. You got nothing to catch yourself on, and once you do go down, you're getting a face full of plastic. Off the draw, Gamecocks escort this one back out towards center. Thrown back in to the right of Trip Russell. It bounces off the dasher where it can be taken there by a defenseman. Out off the stick of one of the 4 checkers in Harrison Haber. Out of play, another defensive zone face-off for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, another weird bounce there as that one went off the boards behind the net and bounced out in front. Good job of the South Carolina defenders racing Haber to that puck and not allowing a chance.
Face-off one here by Florida. They sidestep Parker West. Haber sends it back to his point man, Kaczynski. Russell never saw that shot until it was right on top of him. He makes the save. And the puck now taken by Cam Mecca. Off the boards, the official has to duck to get out of the way of it. Racing back now is Owen Thomas. He beats his man to the puck. Owen Thomas, 14:26 to go here. Second period, Ronan Egan with it now. Pinned to the boards by Kaczynski. Pokes it free, pinching down low Colin Burke. He teams up with Ronan Egan and they got the puck. Finally, Nicholson sends one out, chipped in by Cam Mecca, taken by Egan. Mecca can't get it back, sends one towards an open net, they score! Owen Thomas deposits the loose puck. Gamecocks tie it at 2.
There's that bounce South Carolina was looking for. When you move players in front of the net, good things are going to happen. Good play by Mecca, keeping that puck in, not letting Florida clear that puck out. And then a shot in front, bounced right to the stick of Owen Thomas as he slots that one home to tie this game.
Goal number 5 for the rookie out of Scituate, Massachusetts. Cam Mecca gets the assist, and Ronan Egan as well. Team leading 8th assist this season for Egan. And a brand new hockey game yet again. It looks like we will be destined to go back and forth for the duration of this one. From behind his own goal, Hickman charging down now is Aiden Maruve. Ian Patterly gets the puck, stretch pass for Ben Smith, just going to redirect this one on ice, paddled down and covered by Kyler Maruve. And so the Gators will try to slow down the tempo.
Yeah, Florida have been caught on their heels. It looks exactly opposite of what happened in that first period when South Carolina was caught napping early on. Florida playing slow here.
Quick shot off the draw there by Ben Smith. Sticked into the corner, Patterly on the recovery. Point shot, McGowan floats one through there. Almost a big opportunity for Matt Owen. Turnover though. It's Patterly in the slot. Takes it towards the goal. Sticked away there. Solid defensive coverage by the Gators. Michael Coletta bails out his fellow Gators by getting a stick on that puck.
And another early whistle there. That one looked like it went off the top of the glass. One of the linesmen saying that went into the net. And Ben Smith not happy about it.
Matt Owen gets tossed. I don't see that every day. Quick drop here. Ben Smith wins it forward on goal. Nice paddle play there by Maruve. Ben Smith makes contact with the goaltender. He goes down, and Smith gets hauled down with Powderly. Full-on Donnybrook in front of the Gator net. Maruve slowly collects himself. Ryan McGowan not happy. Powderly takes another man down. Hard to see who he's wrapped up with here. Kyler Maruve shaken on the play. Ben Smith immediately escorted to the penalty box. He wants to go to the Gamecock bench. He's got to be pushed in by the official. Ben Smith back out of the penalty box. He might get another penalty for that one. Ryan Williams is without a helmet. And through all of this, we'll have to figure out who sits for how long.
Ben Smith skating around the back of the goal there. Decides to give Maruve a little love tap. Florida not happy about it as officials sort it out. But full line brawl there. Powderly going toe-to-toe, a couple of takedowns. Officials still trying to sort things out. Talking with Coach Al Sirwa right now.
Ryan Williams is in the penalty box for sure. We will see. Most likely Ben Smith will be in the box as well. Kyler Maruve still a little shaken. He's down on one knee to our left. That contact didn't look too large. Although if the knee of Smith or something kind of got up into the head area of Maruve, it's understandable as to why he'd be shaken up.
Got one Gamecock in the box, one Gator in the box.
Ben Smith it is.
For now, we'll see if Ben Smith picked up 2 penalties there. And now some more arguments on that Gamecock bench with the referees.
You can tell that the way Ben Smith was acting after that puck went out over the glass or into the glass, he had a chip on his shoulder going into that face-off, and they decided to take it out on the Gators goaltender. Ian Powderly joins his line mate in the penalty box. It's been a frustrating season so far for Ben Smith. I don't think anybody would deny that. Only 2 assists in this, his 6th game of the season. Last year, Smith was able to pot 7 goals and 9 assists for 16 points. And so, as the officials converse, what we've got so far: Ryan Williams, Ben Smith, Ian Powderly, the 3 in the penalty box. 2 Gamecocks, 1 Gator. Kyler Maruve is back on his feet. The Gators do not have a backup goaltender, so that would bring up an interesting situation should Maruve be forced to exit the game. We've heard stories of forwards or defensemen strapping on the pads in such an instance. Such was the case back in the 2018 SEC tournament. Vanderbilt goaltender couldn't make the tournament. They had one of their right wingers strap on the pads. But for right now, Maruve looks like he's going to stay in the game.
Yeah, coach hasn't talked to Maruve yet. Florida didn't bring any trainers on the trip, and it's just players talking to him now. So we will see what the deal is here. They still try to sort things out, and they will put up the 2-minute penalty for South Carolina.
It's always a long conversation when something like this happens. So 2/3 of the white line currently sit in the penalty box. Matt Owen, the only one who managed to escape some sort of call. So far on the power plays and penalty kills, South Carolina 0 for 1. Gators 0 for 1 on the power play as well. Unclear. It looks as though the Gators might get a man advantage here. Oh, we will see.
We will see. And Trip Russell, we've seen this in a couple of games so far. He's been pretty cold right now because there's not a lot of chances in the offensive zone for Florida and a lot of time on the ice in between play. So if Florida gets a chance here on this power play, he's going to have to get red hot real quick.
It would appear as though we've finally got things somewhat put together. Coach Mike Marcinkiewicz has an extra conversation with his players, and now the official waving the Gamecocks from their bench. Adderley and Smith in the box for South Carolina. Ryan Williams for the Gators. Being examined by one of the South Carolina trainers. Again, you saw his helmet popped off here. They're checking him for head injury, but he appears to be okay. And so an offensive zone draw results for the Gators. A 5-on-4 power play for 2 minutes. Joe Collega hounded there by 3 Gator players. This one taken, swung back out to the point, walking the line and dishing this one back down low. Or it can be taken out by Joe Collega. Uses the glass. It's held in there by Andrew Kaczynski. Bouncing puck settled, taken there by Bolger. He's going to try to beat Kaczynski here. Finally muscled off the puck there by Nicholson. Kaczynski taken to the boards by Bolger. Kaczynski has about 5 or 6 inches on Bolger, but it does not matter to the rookie out of Downingtown, Pennsylvania. And now Curlin dragged their Collega. Contacted shoulders with Nicholson, is now shorthanded. Bolger on for Reese, takes the shot, it goes high. Bouncer off the glass. Reese's hat trick the other night against Vanderbilt was capped off with a shorthanded goal. Julian Reese not afraid to fire the puck when down a man. Got to be careful here. Sandwiched there by 3 Gators. Still doesn't want to give him the puck. Kaczynski goes after him, neglects the puck, he'll get a penalty. Puck taken there by Hinton. Kaczynski behind the play. Being motioned off by the official. He can play the man when he's got the puck, but Bolger, or Reese rather, noticeably puckless on that one.
Hard work there by Julian Reese in the corner, winning that penalty and getting back to even strength here. He worked hard for that puck up against the boards, shoving his man there and keeping that puck in the corner. Great job shorthanded. Solo effort by Julian Reese, who's been very impressive so far this year.
So interference called here to Kaczynski. Four on 4 for 57 seconds. Ben Smith, a 2 and a 10 for evading the ref. Ian Powderly, 2 and a 10 for roughing. So we won't see those guys for a while, but again, about 50 seconds of 4 on 4 here. A lot of open ice. This puck redirected off the shaft of Ronan Egan's stick. Taken out now by Hinton for the Gators. Stretch pass intended there for Harrison Haber. Comes back, and icing called here as Avery Pruden got back in time.
And this time it's Florida who's not happy about the call. They thought that puck was deflected, but instead they will send it all the way back, or are they going to put this puck in the neutral zone?
Looked like it was blown down on an icing.
I thought it was as well, but we're going to face off at center ice here.
Should mark the first time an icing has ever been dropped at center ice. But off the draw, it's Cam Mecca here, racing down the left side, sends one from a sharp angle, just avoids the toe of the goaltender there, as this one skips all the way up into the netting. Maruve, they've gotten tapped there by one of the Gamecocks, or perhaps his own defenseman. We saw some contact in behind the play. 31 seconds left on the 4 on 4. They've announced the penalties to Powderly and Smith. Ian Powderly, the showman that he is, acknowledges the crowd.
Yeah, Maruve is still talking with the official. Looks like a D-man for Florida went into him, and that deflection was big as Maruve was off center there, and his D-man was down low.
Becca and Egan, one of the numerous dynamic duos for South Carolina. As Luke Rudman steps into the penalty box here voluntarily. The reason behind that is so when the Gamecock power play expires, since Smith and Powderly are on 10-minute misconducts, they cannot come out of the box. The Gamecocks put Rudman in so that they have the actual act of a man coming out of the penalty box. He can join the play rather than hopping off the bench.
It's starting to get crowded in there as well. 3 Gamecocks in that penalty box and 2 Gators in the sin bin.
1 Gator in the Gamecock penalty box too. As that puck goes out, into the bench. Alan Searwell's all right. Looked like it hit the intercom system right behind him. Yeah, he's all right. Typically, ECHL Hall of Famers are tough players.
The ref throws a puck into the penalty box, and Ben Smith not happy about it.
Ben Smith and the official, always one of the more fun matchups here in Gamecock hockey. 21 seconds on the 4-on-4. Pruden back for South Carolina. In after him, Logan Hinton. On the control breakout here, quickly. Up far side, Cam Mecca has some trouble with that one. Gripping the stick a little too tightly there. Egan tries to send one back for Pruden. Going to be taken instead there by Haber. Nice recovery, now it's Hinton. Quick shot, glove, save, Trip Russell. And they'll blow the whistle after he let it go. Hinton still tangles with Oakley. And a bond that will surely last a lifetime here being forged between South Carolina and the Florida Gators.
And we talked about those stretches of play where goalies don't get tested. Sometimes they can be off their game when they are tested. There, Trip Russell, big time glove save. Keep this game tied with a minute left on this Florida penalty. Power play.
Talk about what a huge momentum swing. We don't like to play the what-if game, but if that puck goes in, we're looking at a tremendously different hockey game right now. Tons of penalties, tons of fights. Gamecocks now on the power play. It's Ronan Egan, Luke Rudman rather. Corey Hawkinson steps in at center to take the face-off. Taken there by Nichols, stripped of control. Egan and Hawkinson team up on that one. They've got 56 seconds on the man advantage. Slow breakout, McGowan gains his blue line, sends one off the stick there of Corey Hawkinson. He elects to take it. He's out with Owen Thomas. Gamecocks circling back to gain some speed now. Thomas sidesteps a man, going in on goal, takes the shot and he scores! Owen Thomas says, I'll take that. 3-2 South Carolina.
Owen Thomas doing the Gator chomp, putting on a one-man show. Working that puck down the left side and beating his man and working it in towards the crease. Nice little move there to get around Maruve. And that puck hit Maruve, but he couldn't get all of it as it went to the back of the net. What a goal by Owen Thomas. His second of the night.
Plays like that, you can see him a million times. You never get tired of watching him. Right in front of the Gamecock fans, too. 3-2 South Carolina. It's a power play goal, their first of the night. Owen Thomas is 6th of the season and 2nd of the hockey game. Corey Hawkinson gets the lone assist. And now off the draw, Gamecocks leading for the first time tonight. Whistle down on the icing. And the Gamecock cheer breaks out here in South Carolina. And talk about what a difference it makes when you're playing in front of a packed house if you're the home team.
Yeah, it's definitely an experience for this Gamecock squad. We've seen the last couple of years slowly graduating upwards in terms of fan attendance. And this year it's come to a culmination here at Pink of the Rink night. A lot of fans here for a good cause watching a good game.
Pink stick tape, pink uniforms were in the conversation for a while, but that could not be capitalized on. A lot of logistics that go into that, but again, to raise awareness, breast cancer here in South Carolina, jam-packed here, pink sweaters in the crowd at least, and a big collision. Now a quick shot taken by Chad Lazine, goes off the blocker there, the goaltender Maruve. Michael Peak, he's been all over the place tonight. Michael Peak missed a couple of nights. He was a healthy scratch. Underneath Matt Owen to the point, Burke, quick shot off the shin guard there. Luke Haber against Burke, gonna try to haul the man down. As Matt Owen circles here, everybody collapsing. That one sent on goal and glove saved by Kyler Maruve, who has some words here for Joe Collega. Offensive zone faceoff coming up for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, a lot of room there for Owen, working around the back of that net and then taking it himself. Good save by Maruve, not happy with another stick tap after it. Maruve, one of the smaller players on the ice, giving a little shove there. That South Carolina man.
We were talking in the pregame, there's got to be at least a foot difference between Kaczynski and Maruve. Kaczynski in 96 right now for the Gators. He's got the puck as he sweeps it up for Tyler Oakley. Cut off and sent back down for Luke Rudman. Centering pass, Bolger on and off the tape. He couldn't pull the trigger. Shovel pass on the backhand, settled down by Oakley. Nicholson is there. Set in front of the Gamecock net. Bit of a dangerous play there for South Carolina, but they evade it. Come out on the other side unscathed. Rudman down the right side, taken to the boards. He'll joust with Nicholson. Bit of a push there. The puck comes free on the goal. Backhand shot. Maruve held the post and made the save. Out of the corner now, Luke Rudman. Julian Reese wants the puck. He's not going to get it. The Gators have it. Kicked in, held on sides though. Solid play with the stick there and the skate by Julian Reese. A lot of fanned on passes here. Kaczynski up for Nicholson. Back down low. Avery Pruden takes it, skates away from Harrison Haber. Miscommunication there. The tempo and the pace of this game are increasing with that. Some more missed passes as Bolger down the right side has Reese sent one on goal, save man, rebound, they score! Gator gets one against the Gators. Luke Rudman in front, 4-2 South Carolina.
Gator Rudman going crazy now, jumping into the boards. What a follow by him. A good move by Bolger, working in towards the net. Maruve makes the first save, can't get all of it. It bounces out in front. And Rudman following the puck all the way. D-man pushed him onto the ground. He basically scored that one from the ice. Rudman coming up big with his first goal of the night.
Second of the campaign for Luke Rudman. His first was the first of the season. Opened up the campaign for the South Carolina Gamecocks all the way back in September in Clemson. Big game goal guy. Now a turnover here. It's Owen Thomas looking for the trick. Sends one on from Cam Mecca. This one broken up. It gets past Duncan Hickman. He's got to come back. Racing down the right side, Michael Coletta takes the shot. Russell makes the save, fights it off, covers it. Face-off coming to his left.
Good job by Russell. South Carolina there with a chance to put the nail in this Gators team, try to blow this game open as they work that puck into the offensive zone. Giveaway, but Trip Russell on his game, making the save at the other end.
A little more than 8.5 to go here in the second period. 4 goals for South Carolina. The fewest goals they've scored in a single game was 6. Center point takes the shot up and over the glove of Trip Russell into the glass. Rebound taken by Mecca. Gamecocks coming back with speed. They'll send this one out off the glass. Racing after it is Owen Thomas. Thomas beats it. Sends one to Mecca in front and a glove save. Maruve and Egan right in front gets a shot from the goaltender. And that'll draw a crowd as well as a penalty. From the timing of that play, it looks like Maruve is going to catch a minor penalty for that one.
Yeah, it looks like Egan tried to slap that puck out of the air.
They're sending Ronan Egan off.
He was moving for the puck there, but Maruve thought he was going at him. Fans not happy. Another contentious call. And Florida will go back to their power play.
Unless there was something we missed, it looked like Ronan Egan was just standing on top of the paint. It may have been a stick tap or a jab into the pad of the goaltender Maruve, but right now Ronan Egan in the box. Sounds like the call will be goaltender interference. So the Gamecocks shorthanded once more. Gators on the power play. 0 for 1 so far tonight. They've got it. Work it down low. Nicholson. Watch closely. McGowan and Hickman team up to strip him of control. And now Owen Thomas shorthanded with Cam Mecca. Gamecocks taking some liberties here. Racing back as Thomas tries to sidestep Kaczynski. Both men go down. And now Thomas has it. He's held up in behind the Gator net. Thomas putting on a one-man show in behind. McGowan waits at center ice as the Gamecocks try to go to work shorthanded here. It's Cam Mecca rather. Tries to sidestep him in. He pokes it free into the slot. Can't hang on to it. 3-on-2 develops back for the Gators. Until finally comes back to Hickman. Sends it all the way back out. And a breakout here for Florida. Kaczynski up, wrapped back through by Duncan Hickman. Cam Mecca hitting Nichols there in front of the Gamecock penalty box. Ben Smith and Ian Powderly have been on their feet the entire time they've been in the box. Now Bolger shorthanded, jumping, leaping into the slot area, takes the shot and a blocker save there by Maruve. Outstanding individual efforts all around. Mike Bolger almost sends one up under the bar. What a goal that would have been.
Gamecocks with more chances on this penalty kill than Florida has had. As Bulger there, another great individual effort, winning that puck in the offensive zone, then working it inside, leaping, and then getting a stick on it. Good save by Maruve. They're officially going to give a slash to Egan. That's why he's in the box, as he looked like he was going for that puck, but it was timed at the same time. The refs are going to say it was not.
Off the draw, it's Rudman to the backhand. He can't hang on to it. Nichols, he won't escape the stick lifts of Luke Rudman. Finally, a bit of a breather there for Nichols as he sends this one across. Chris Broski, and now comes all the way back down. Typically, if attacking player is in front of the net, you take one whack at the goaltender for good measure. As long as he's got the puck, they'll let that go. But within the context of this game, it's understandable with all the happenings in front of Maruve's net. Officials just trying to keep the peace here. As a hit from Parker West, Gators have the puck. Loose to the point. Broski takes a shot, thunders off a leg into the corner. Now Parker West sends it around. Owen Thomas will let Harrison Haber get to that puck. 6 seconds to go on the man advantage. That shot redirected off a stick, stays in the playing surface though. Collega rims one around. Fresh out of the box is Egan. Owen Thomas racing forward. Egan gonna wait, receive the drop pass. Egan into the slot, takes the shot, save made there by Maruve. Rebound, Owen Thomas couldn't tuck it home. Ronan Egan into the corner now with Cam Mecca. The puck comes up for Nichols. Breakout pass, kicked ahead by Haber. Brilliant opportunity and an icing here. And Joe Collega has some more. It looked like it was going to be a perfect home run pass there. Owen Thomas had a chance to spring Ronan Egan right out of the box, but he elected to hang on to it, and it almost worked. Yeah, miscommunication coming out of the box, but they still had that odd man rush. Great drop-off pass there. Couldn't get the shot off cleanly. That puck bouncing around out in front, but nothing to come of it as the refs sort out another scrum on the Gamecocks end this time. Joe Collega's going to sit down. And at this point, the officials aren't letting anybody have an inch. If you saw the brawl in front of the Florida net, officials doing everything in their power to avoid that.
Yeah, they're going to give Collega a penalty, but there wasn't much on that, I'll tell you what, Dillon.
It looked like a grab.
Play, yeah, just a little push on the board, and the refs were there to break it up almost immediately, but they're going to give him a roughing and another power play opportunity for this Gators team, which has come up short so far.
Gators 0 for 2 on the power play so far tonight. The second power play opportunity for Florida in this second period, in which we've got just under 6 minutes remaining. Out off the boards, the Gamecock penalty killers. Hawkinson, Peak, out with Pruden there, and Oakley. Point shot easily saved there by Trip Russell. Right on the descending Carolina script. And really right now for Russell, the battle is mental. You don't see a puck for 3 minutes, then all of a sudden it's boom, boom, boom here on the power play.
Yeah, you got a quick one from Kuczynski right there, right into the letters. So he'll take that save.
From the goal line, Gators finally sort this one out. Kuczynski out to the point. And Michael Peak getting the stick in on that one. Avery Pruden shrugs off a collision. From below, it's Harrison Haber with Tyler Oakley. Centering pass through the slot area. Unable to be played there by Brendan Carey. Racing out to play it is Maruve. He turned it over though. It's Peak, sends one on goal. And Maruve able to get back and save it with the goal stick. Takes that one up and into the netting. And Michael Peak's hanging his head. Shrugs the shoulders. Almost a chance for his first career goal.
Yeah, and he's been working for it. We've said his name so many times tonight. Outstanding performance from him, defensive and offensive. Cutting off a pass on the other end, and then on the breakaway, had the open net, Maruve out of the net, having to play that puck, but couldn't quite get it by him.
Michael Peak's been having a great week on and off the ice as this one quickly gobbled up there by Maruve. You can tell he's motivated. Finally back in the lineup here after taking a few games off. Well, being scratched, he didn't take the games off. At the point now, shorthanded on goal, stick save Maruve, third consecutive faceoff.
These are good shots. Maruve's not seeing them as cleanly as he can wrap them up. That one off the stick and over the netting. And South Carolina getting their offensive chances often now.
The official attendance for the home opener against Vanderbilt was 304. Going to take an educated guess here. We won't have the final count until the end of the game. Perhaps we can get it sooner, but it looks to me as though we've got at least 304 in the building here tonight. On the breakout here, a minute remains. The roughing minor to Joseph Collega. In over the line. Dropped off there to Nick Bellinger, rather. Want to pronounce that Belanger, one of the NHL players from quite some time ago. From the goal line there, at the point, Nichols sends one across. Kaczynski has to choke up on the stick and send that one back down low. Haber from below the goal line. Now for Brennan Carey. Haber takes the shot, and Russell makes the pad saves, and that rebound kicked all the way back out to the top of the Gator circles. And now Carey's got to start things again. Awkward collision there at center ice. Chad Lazine caught an edge. He goes into Kaczynski. Both players get back up, and the puck cycled in behind Trip Russell's net. Duncan Hickman, shorthanded, tries to play, but the Gators beat him to it. Centering pass there, intended for Logan Hinton. As this puck knocked down again, sent all the way back down. Stopped by the paddle, and flipped all the way out towards center ice there by Kylan Maruve. Penalty time has expired. Even strength for South Carolina. Getting into the zone here, Joe Collega out of the box. Almost an opportunity there. Great forecheck by Collega. Forces Maruve to make a save.
And a strong play by the big man, Colin Burke there. Poke checked the puck away on what would have been a one-on-one, and creating an offensive chance for South Carolina as that move, they moved that puck down. Trip Russell so far, since letting in that first goal tonight on the first shot, has been excellent, Dillon.
McGowan the point shot, save made by Maruve. Falling is Michael Peak as he gets a shot on goal. And more afterwards. Joe Collega getting involved, and yeah, they're gonna send Jake Demo off. A glove to the face is all it takes, and if Joe Collega's not careful, anything he says is gonna get him sent to the box.
Absolutely. These refs have set a standard after that first scrum and the fights we've had here at the Plex. They don't want any more of it. If they see anything, they're going to send them to the box. And South Carolina with a chance on the power play now, as they have gone 0 for so far.
Gamecocks 1 for 2 on the power play.
1 for 2, I apologize.
That's all right. A power play goal coming on the Kaczynski minor, rather. And so, someone needs to take a face-off here for the Gators, and stumbling into it is Michael Coletta. Off the draw, Gamecocks have it. Third power play opportunity here tonight. As we said, 1 for 2. Mecca tries to find the seam in Ryan McGowan. It eventually gets to him. Roughing the call here on Jake Demo. Backing around, Owen Thomas lets one go for Cam Mecca. Tempo slowed way down here by South Carolina. They stack all 5 men on the far side until finally Ryan McGowan moves back down low here on the left wing. Center point, Parker West lets one go through traffic. Never hit the net. Mecca, and a whistle. More from Ronan Egan. And the officials will send another Gator off.
Yeah, and a great chance there blown dead for South Carolina. That was a perfect pass across. They're going to send a South Carolina man off as well.
John Codolino and Ronan Egan. I've never seen this before. Assistant coach John Koeklenberg is livid on the Gamecock bench.
And they blew dead an incredible opportunity for South Carolina. That puck was right out in front onto the right side of the stick. An open slap shot opportunity.
I think that's what Koeklenberg's the most upset about.
And now, right now, it's 4-on-4. There are 4 Gators on the ice, but South Carolina still should be on the penalty.
Those should be offset. Yeah, now that we're finally, we got to sort this out. Finally, Luke Rudman steps on, and Mecca's going to be waved out.
They're trying to blow the play dead. Another ref is over talking, trying to explain his reasoning. Meanwhile, Ben Smith and Ian Powderly hanging their arms over the penalty box, enjoying the ride.
The Peanut Gallery wear the number 10 and 7. Joined by Ronan Egan, and you'll notice Smith and Powderly have had their helmets off for about 10 minutes now. And every time they get a new friend to come join them in the penalty box, they're always the one that keeps their helmet on.
What do you think they're talking about, Dillon?
I don't think we should say what they're talking about at this point. The officials are conversing right now. Communication has been a bit of an issue here, at least through the second period. Although, if we could get a live mic in that penalty box, the FCC would be on us like dogs. 3:14 to go here in the second period. 1:31 seconds remain on the initial penalty to Jake Dima. And then that scrum in front, Caldolino and Egan find themselves in the penalty box through that.
The fans killing time between hockey by banking beer towers over there on the other side.
That's gotten popular, especially Major League Baseball stacking the cups. I've seen, I think it was one of the Cardinals games, they had hundreds and hundreds of beer cups finally stacked. And we do get back underway here as Mecca is taken into the boards there. He gets a rough ride. And that'll draw some conversation. Luke Rudman goes after Logan Hitman. Slowly back to his feet is Cam Mecca. So another offensive zone faceoff for South Carolina. Draw one by Owen Thomas. Bodied off the puck by Kaczynski, taken by Hinton. Sends it towards the boards. Racing over is McGowan. He beats it to him. McGowan wants it back. Owen Thomas sends one on goal, blocked there in the slot area. Gonna get it back though. Loose in front, swept there, kicked into the net by Cam Mecca, and they're gonna call it a goal. Kaczynski, or Kyler Maruve rather, immediately motioned for a kick. I think Cam Mecca knew that was a kick too, and
they're actually gonna wave it off.
They're gonna wave it off. I think that's the right call. I know that's the right call.
And that's not gonna make South Carolina happy. After a conversation with another official, they're going to wave it off, saying it was kicked into the net. It did look like it from here.
And Cam Mecca, he gets fist bumps anyway. Why not? He may have gotten a stick on it on the way there, but from our vantage point, and you at home can go back and watch it as many times as you like, from our vantage point up here, it looked like a kick. Breaking in now. After all that, Luke Rudman, still 58 seconds on the power play. And some more time being added. Kaczynski takes down Rudman on the trip. Trip Russell, he got to the red line.
Trip Russell doing a gator chomp for the fans now. Everybody's getting into it. This South Carolina team is making the best out of this opportunity right now. They add another man onto the ice. It'll be 5-on-3.
An even bigger opportunity here for the Gamecocks to increase their lead. Always something going on here at Gamecock games, especially at home. I think it's the atmosphere that the fans create. There's always something.
And it is so wonderful having this many fans out here into the game. It makes the game so much more exciting.
Hitting slow to get off. 5-on-3. Pruden from the point, lets one go. Pinballs around in front. It comes now to Corey Hawkinson. Time and space for South Carolina. 42 seconds on the 5-on-3. South Carolina won't rush anything. Oakley over for Pruden. Sends one on goal. Maruve the glove save. And if you're the goaltender for any team that finds itself down 5-on-3, that's exactly what you want to do. Get a whistle, get a face-off.
Yeah, long, elongated 5-on-3 as well. Good save by Maruve there and a quick face-off.
From the point, Kalega for Oakley, top of the circles. Sends one, redirected in front, Bolger. He's stopped by Maruve. Julian Reese raved at the rebound. Kalega waits, sends one, a goal. Save made there in the rebound, just escapes Corey Hawkinson. His third close call of the night. Centering pass there, big save Maruve! And he glits the glove on top. What a save. Right to left. I don't know how he made that stop.
How about that, Dillon? Working from that left post, working his way all the way across the goal, and gets his pad on it to keep that one out, and then falls on it to get the whistle. Impressive play by Maruve.
The irony of it, he's the shortest goaltender to come into this building, and he's been the best at moving right to left. Center point, Kalega for Oakley now. 10 seconds on the two-man advantage for South Carolina. Cross ice, too far in the air there for Owen Thomas. Corey Hawkinson and now Thomas. Some room in front of the net, Kalega. One man back on for Florida. Kalega's shot knocked down, swept back down low. Taken up the half wall by Owen Thomas. Taken to the boards there by Haber. Coming in now is Bolger as well as Corey Hawkinson. Somebody's stick goes flying. Mike Bolger's got it. Centering pass now on the back end. Owen Thomas sends one, or Julian Reese rather, up and over the crossbar. 40 seconds on the power play for South Carolina. Corey Hawkinson from the goal line taken down, no call. Play continues. And now as the Gamecocks touch the puck up, we have a stoppage. The stoppages are just coming one after another.
Yeah, yet another stoppage here. And it will be a trip is what it looks like. No penalty. Some more discussion, but they're going to move the puck out of the zone.
We'll say a hand pass. Unclear on that one. Alan Sirwa incredulous on the Gamecock bench, but not much he can do. 32 seconds, man, advantage for South Carolina. Dima's penalty has been killed. Kuczynski still in the box on a trip. The Gamecock penalty box is vacant. Now Tyler Oakley sends one from the point. That one's seen and stopped by the goaltender. Now it comes near side boards. It's Hawkinson trying to get a late power play goal. Stepping into the slot there. That shot may have caught the goalpost. 8 to go on the man advantage. Sent down by Joe Collega. He goes down. Corey Hawkinson taking off the puck there. Sent all the way out and out of the box is Hinton. Trying to get the breakaway back in after the penalty was killed. So the Gamecocks unable to capitalize on some pretty big opportunities here to widen the margin. They still carry a 4-2 lead. 23 seconds to go here in the second period. Cross ice pass in front. It's Bulger. He scores! Reese to Bulger. They cash in again. It's 5-2 Gamecocks.
Bulger picks up his second point of the night, and that was some pinpoint accuracy, knocking off the target like those mini goals you have in your garage. That was pretty. Upper 90 there. Good connect, a lot of space for Bulger. He slots that one home and makes it a 3-goal deficit. Only 18 seconds left too. That's got to be a killer for Florida.
Goal number 17 7 rather, for Julian Reese. 18 seconds left in the second period. That'll send some fans packing, or at least to the concession stand. Off the draw, it's Mecca trying to get a late goal here for South Carolina. Into the corner, Owen Thomas with 2 goals so far tonight. Gamecocks all pinching and collapsing down low in front of the Gator net. Held in by the skates of Duncan Hickman, sent back down low. And time expires here. 40 minutes played, 7 goals scored, 5 of them belonging to South Carolina. The Gators have the other 2. A 3-goal lead for the Gamecocks as they head into an intermission. And you just listen to the crowd here in South Carolina. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll recap the first 40 minutes for you here on the Capital City Sports Network, all presented by SGTV. Welcome back to the Capital City Sports Network. 5-2 the score through 40 minutes here in South Carolina. The Gamecocks clawed their way back, gained a lead, and added some cushioning to it here with that most recent Mike Bolger goal, not Julian Reese. I had the goal and the assist switched there, but so far throughout these first 40 minutes, power play and penalty kill have been a pretty large factor.
And we talked about that youth talent and their speed, and they've been working the puck up the ice and creating opportunities on that power play. They got the one goal on the power play, and the penalty kill has been fantastic, shutting down every chance for Florida. Florida can't seem to get anything going on Trip Russell.
And the reason that special teams are becoming such a factor in this game is because of the way the game's being called. The officials not letting anything go. We've seen bumps and shoves and grabs and little stuff after the whistle. Everything is being called. The refs aren't giving the players an inch, and it's understandable.
Yeah, a couple of fights earlier on. We saw a couple of scrums, and Ben Smith and Ian Powderly go to the box for the 10 minutes. The refs are taking it seriously. Any contact at all, really. We saw that light bump up against the boards, got a penalty for South Carolina earlier. So expect less of that in the third period. I think the refs might settle down a bit.
And finally, the goaltenders for both clubs. Kyler Maruve has been outstanding. Made a couple of larcenous stops on the Gamecocks in and around that Gator net. And all the way at the other end, Trip Russell hasn't been busy, but he's played exceptionally.
Yeah, when he's been needed, he has came up big. A couple of big-time saves from him. Maruve's made a couple of big saves, but overall, Trip Russell's played better. He's been the better goalie so far tonight.
Gamecocks trying to protect a 3-goal lead. When we come back, start of the third period here on the Capital City Sports Network, presented by SGTV. Welcome back to Irmo. Just moments away from the start of the third period. If you're just with us, Gamecocks on top 5-2. A pair of goals from Owen Thomas, one from Luke Rudman, from Cam Mecca and Mike Bolger. And we find ourselves a 3-goal cushion here for the Gamecocks. Off the draw, it comes back. Gamecock territory. Off the boards, taken out. Ian Powderly, his first shift since early in that second period. Misconduct penalty. Knifed away there by a solid stick from Ryan McGowan. Chipped up, bouncing puck, rolled down at center ice. Couldn't be taken there by McGowan. Back the other way, Harrison Haber. Haber backhands one into the slot. Bumped there by Matt Owen. Now the puck escorted out towards center ice. Off the toe of Ian Powderly's stick there. He tries to hook pass one. Back for Ben Smith. Off the boards. Nicholson underneath the goal line here. Avoids Ben Smith and sends one up and out on the backhand. A big shovel out play there. And it's taken back out. Glove down by Ian Powderly. Powderly sends it deep. Kuczynski can't handle that one. Taken by Logan Hinton now. Stretch pass. Pops up into the air. Taken and played down to his stick. Owen Thomas racing back with some speed and his captain at center ice. That shot and a collision in front of the goal. Cam Mecca. Kyler Maruve slow to get up. He'll keep going here. Back the other way. Left wing. That shot sticked into the corner by Trip Russell. Picked up by Avery Pruden, wrapped around. Cam Mecca, and a nice hand-eye coordination there by Aiden Maruve. The puck comes all the way back out to Owen Thomas. Down the left side with Egan. Pulls up, top of the circles. It's Mecca. Sends one across there. Almost a tic-tac-toe play. And it could not be capitalized on. Still play continues here. Kuczynski in behind the Florida net. Takes one out off the boards. Avery Pruden from the red line. Sauces one in. Kyler Maruve back to stop it here. Nearly 2 minutes gone in the third period. Slow roller out towards center ice, taken by Colin Burke. His defensive partner Oakley gets it back. That pass a little too hot for him to handle. Forechecking there. Andrew Kuczynski, bouncing puck laid down, finally flat for Colin Burke. The big man uses his wheels, gets into the zone. That passing lane clogged up there by a number of Gators and Gamecocks alike. Now the puck comes back for Parker West, settles it down, jabs one in on the backhand, and swept back in as well by Luke Rudman. In behind the Gator net. After it, Mike Bolger. Now the broken play, taken back out, Brian Owen. We've got an Owen Thomas, a Matt Owen, and a Brian Owen. First two play for South Carolina, the latter wearing black and orange tonight. At the point, sent in on the backhand. Swept out, taken all the way back down. A sweeping clear there from Colin Burke. Draws an ice.
Yeah, the longest shift we've had so far to open up a period. South Carolina having perhaps the first unintentional run-in with a goalkeeper as Ben Smith lost a handle earlier on and went into Maruve. Maruve has taken a beating so far tonight.
Yeah, a couple of collisions in front. Glad that he's been unshaken. Now the breakout pass taken here. It's going to be Bolger. A breakaway back the other way. Mike Bolger to the backhand. He scores! Mike Bolger, what can you say? 6-2 Gamecocks.
That's about as cool, calm, and collected as you can get there. Intercepts that pass, takes it all the way down the ice. All he has to beat is the keeper, goes forehand, backhand, top shelf. Pretty from Mike Bolger for his third point and second goal tonight.
I think it's safe to say these rookies have got something going on. So the Gamecocks tie. They've met the lowest point for goals scored in a single game at 6. That other 6 spot coming back against Coastal on that first road trip of the season. Chad Lazine now across, Joe Collega. Down the right side, sends one on net. Maruve makes the stop. Speaking of road trips, after tonight, Gamecocks will have one more game at home at Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. against these same Gators. But then, to the road they go. Out to Tennessee to play the Volunteers on the 25th and 27th. As this puck waved down high, sticking is waved off. This one played out off the short glass in front of the Gator bench. Sent back in past Chad Lazine. So the Gamecocks, who had to scratch and claw just to stay with this game after being scored on 49 seconds into the contest, find themselves now with a 4-goal lead and just 16:21 left to play in regulation. Michael Peak has it, face-off circle, sends one on net. Maruve can't handle it. Cross check down in front of the net. Joe Collega, he pops back to his feet as a puck pops out towards center. Hickman thunders one off the penalty box door. Drifts back into the right of Maruve, taken by Jake Dima. Gators try to break this one out. Miscommunication on that pass there, and now Peak in on the forecheck, causes a turnover and some havoc here for the Gators, and forces an icing.
So on that Bolger goal, Julian Reese will pick up his 3rd assist and 3rd point of the night, as well as Gator Rudman picking up a point there. So 3 Gamecock players now with 3 points tonight, and an impressive outing for this Gamecock offense.
Gators stepping up against the Gators here. Offensive zone draw, the Gamecocks have it only briefly. It's taken back out with some speed here by Haber. Haber, left wing, cut off there by Ian Powderly. Puck comes back for Pruden, shovels it on the backhand below the goal line. Kicked free by Ben Smith and taken by Tyler Oakley. A little more than 15 and a half to go here. 3rd period, 6-2 South Carolina. Their 6th game of the season, looking to remain without a loss. Avery Pruden, top of the circles. Sends one through for Ben Smith, had a little trouble tracking that puck. It's taken by Kaczynski now for Florida. Not a hard man to see. 10 at 6'5". Quick shot, save made by Russell, loose in the crease, they score. Trip Russell thought he had it. It's tapped home by Aiden Maruve. He pays a price, but he puts the puck in.
Yeah, Trip Russell not being tested for a while there, and then sees a shot from that left circle. Gets a piece of it, but did not see it after that. That puck sat in the blue crease. An easy tap home from Florida. Cuts the deficit to 3. The fans chanting, trying to get in their heads again.
Still a lot of time remains here. Taken out on the backhand. Gamecocks have it, McGowan. Brian Owen, and now a quick shot there by Owen Thomas. Brian Owen and Andrew Kaczynski get the assists. Offsides now called. Ryan McGowan got a little over anxious there, and so play comes back out into the neutral zone.
And one thing the Gamecocks can't do is set cruise control here. Up 3 with 15 to go in this 3rd period. They don't want to fall back on their laurels. They want to keep that energy they've played with throughout this game. And once you get defensive, this Florida team can strike.
Visit the link in our Instagram bio for more information. Thanks for your support and go Cox.
Off the draw, the puck comes out now. Cam Mecca, left wing, has a goal already tonight. Has seen a couple of dust-ups. He's gotten himself an assist as well. I won't call it a full Gordie Howe. I wouldn't call the dust-ups any fights, but as this puck is redirected in towards the glass, Cam Mecca's got his fingerprints all over yet another game for South Carolina. As McGowan goes down. Some hard contact in the corner from Haber. That's how the puck brought out, dumped in as Mecca gains the red line. Egan sends one, on goal, save made, rebound. Owen Thomas couldn't tuck that one home. Still looking for the hat trick. Underneath, Cam Mecca tries to center, bounces off the outside of the cage. No one really ready to take control of it. Now finally it is Owen Thomas. Nice curl to the inside, in the slot, save made, and bouncing it out of the glove, it goes in! Maruve didn't have it, Cam Mecca has his 2nd goal of the game.
And who else? We saw that play earlier. We saw that a Gamecock earlier reach up for that puck that was bouncing around. They ended up with a slash and got a penalty out of it. This time, Mecca, that puck popped out of the glove of Maruve. He hits it out of the air, keeps that stick below the crossbar, no high stick. Nice goal for Cam Mecca. And who else? The captain of this Gamecock team.
Number 9 on the season, gives him 3 points on the night. Owen Thomas gets the lone assist on that one.
His 3rd point as well.
So that line, Owen Thomas, Ronan Egan, and Cam Mecca scoring a boatload of goals here for South Carolina in tonight's game and throughout the season as well, as the new look gray line Bolger, Reese, and Luke Rudman on the right wing in lieu of Chad Lazine. That line's got an edge to it. Rudman at center, can't hang on to it. Taken now. Gators roar back through. Ryan Owen against Luke Rudman. To the corner, now Tyler Oakley. Far side boards use the dasher, and Julian Reese, almost a one-handed effort there to chip it past. Could not capitalize there. Gamecocks head to the safety of their own net. Taken by Bolger, who retreats once more and looks for options. That shot blocked there. Gators not allowing the Gamecocks to get it out. This one swept in, delayed offsides. Tyler Oakley will take that opportunity. Julian Reese took his eyes off the puck for just a split second, and that was all it took. He misses the pass. Icing is called.
Another thing to point out about this Gamecock offense, you talked about the goals scored earlier. They're at 7.4 goals per game. Very impressive for this offense. They're up to 7 tonight with 13 to play. And this has been one of the more impressive offenses we've seen from this Gamecock men's club hockey.
Loose puck off the draw, taken out by Julian Reese. He tries to spring Bolger. Bolger battling for that puck. He's on the verge of a hat trick as well. 2 goals so far tonight. Back the other way come the Gators. Long shot hits the glass in behind Trip Russell. Now taken here by Jack Ziskin. Backhanded in. Duncan Hickman won't let it get out. And now finally taken by Julian Reese off the skate of Bolger. 2-on-1. Reese to Bolger. Can't hang on to it. Saucer pass wouldn't lay flat for him. Off the boards, Hickman now. Walking back down low. Tries to send one for Julian Reese. It'll get to him. With plenty of Gators down low. McGowan in the slot. Reese walking backwards. Sends one on net. It pops all the way up in the air. Who's going to get it? Sent down. McGowan takes it, flicks one towards the net. And now finally cleared out of danger on the backhand there. And it comes back below the goal line. Bolger, turning shot there. Sharp angle. It's held in. Duncan Hickman, Ryan McGowan. Chops one back down low for Reese. 12 to go here, third period. This puck comes in past a bunch of Gator skates. And on the goaltender Maruve for a stoppage.
Full line changes for both teams, but South Carolina doing a great job of keeping that puck in the offensive zone and not letting Florida clear it. A couple of chances where you thought Florida was going to have possession, maybe a breakaway down the end of the ice. But good job by South Carolina to keep it in front of that blue line.
The Gators had some wheels early on. They haven't come through in these later stages here of this hockey game as Corey Hawkinson's shot goes off the outside of the cage. Turning shot there by Peak. He had a good look at the upper shelf there. Instead, this puck pops in the air, swatted down by Parker West. They'll call a hand pass. As Corey Hawkinson had a lane there towards the goal, but if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be for Corey Hawkinson. He's had time and time again just unfortunate bounces keep him from scoring his second goal of the season.
And I'll add Michael Peak to that list as well, because he has played a fabulous game tonight so far, but nothing to show up.
And even if you don't show up on the score column, that kind of play is what's noticed by the coaching staff and put into consideration when making the lineups for the next few games. Again, none of the Gamecock forwards are injured. The Gamecocks a little light on the back end with injuries. Nick Peters and Evan Hoey. And Joe Collega, the Swiss Army knife, as Alan Sirwa called him. They would play wing and D. As 4 players come together along the far half wall. One-handed in behind the goal. Taken to the boards there by Mike Peak. Backhander cleared out. Skipper comes to the red line. And now settled down and played in by Colin Burke. Maruve back, can't play it. Delayed offsides who the Gamecocks need to touch up. And the Gators can set up shop. Redirected there by Corey Hawkinson. That'll negate icing on the dump in. Now Parker West swings. South Carolina will try the breakout. Pass too far there for Chad Lazine. Shoveled back in, taken by Colin Burke. Settled into the skates now of Corey Hawkinson. He'll take it as far as the blue line. At center ice, could be a one-on-one. Nicholson against Burke, and the larger of the two gets the edge there. Delayed penalty behind the play. Michael Peak sends one on net, and he is tangled up there after the play. Receiving some shots now is Parker West, and a stick to the midsection there. Alex Carr trying to keep Parker West from the goal mouth.
They're going to send another Gator off. It's going to be a 5-on-3 here after that scrum with Parker West in front. But Colin Burke, great play. He's played great on defense tonight. A big poke check there, and then the collision to draw the penalty. And now it's going to be number 32, Brendan Carey, who's going to be sent off as well. South Carolina another chance on this power play and a long 5-on-3.
Pair of Gators in the box now. I feel like removing the context of the first half of the game, had all those fights happen, I still feel like that play with the stick there by Carey would have been called.
And the refs have been consistent throughout this game. Once they set that tone that they didn't want any more roughing in front of the nets after the whistles, play only in between the whistles, they've stuck to it, and they've called it on both teams.
Face-off will come down to our right wing face-off circle. A holding call to Connor Nicholson at one end of the ice, and Brendan Carey for a rough. Now off the draw, Owen Thomas controls at the center point, sends one down low, intended there for Mike Bolger. Joe Collega backhands one back down for Bolger. Two players on the ice for South Carolina that could hit the hat trick mark here tonight. Thomas, one of them, he's got the puck. Center point, one-time shot there, Collega. Kaczynski gives up the body to block that one. Still circling, back down low off that seam pass, and Mecca couldn't capitalize. Mecca's got a chance at a trick too. One-time shot there goes wide, taken here by Bolger. Top of the circles, all the way back out of the point in front of the Gator bench. Joe Collega now on for Bolger. Center point, Thomas lets one go, hits the goal post, and it stays out. Still loose, there's a scramble, they'll poke for it. And now Mecca's not gonna take any more. Cam Mecca, he's got the fight. Mecca swinging away there at Jake Dima. Mike Bolger steps in, Cam Mecca's gonna be escorted away. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets tossed for this. They'll point him back towards the penalty box. And this is setting up an interesting Sunday morning for us.
And you see the leadership from the captain. He knows he's done with it, as Maruve's still getting up now, very slow to get up. But Mecca not happy, and he stands up for his team there. A couple of big chances on that shift right there. You talked about the chances for hat tricks, as now the entire Gamecock bench is yelling to the referees, trying to clear things up. The refs still sorting things out here with 1:14 to go on the 5-on-3. It'll be shortened now.
Jake Dima makes his second visit to the penalty box here.
And there's still some chirping. Cam Mecca yelling penalty box to penalty box.
I know waking up at 9:30 on a Sunday morning isn't exactly the most attractive idea here, but it's worth it to see part two of this matchup.
A couple of Florida hockey fans.
Mecca's gone. Cam Mecca ejected from this hockey game. Two cheers all around. What a night for the Gamecock captain. 2 goals, an assist, some dust-ups.
I do have to give a shout out here to the fans that made it out for Pink at the Rink night, as now that's going to be Dima that's skating off. He will be tossed as well. But I'm more impressed with the amount of fans that stayed, Dillon. A solid showing here at the Plex, as we've seen throughout the season so far, and fans sticking around wanting to see the end of this one.
Absolutely. So the Gamecocks without their captain.
South Carolina penalty number 13, game misconduct for fighting.
Game misconducts for fighting. So it's been confirmed. The Gordie Howe hat trick to Cam Mecca. And after all this, there's still some hockey to be played. Trip Russell staying active down to our left. One of the undermentioned players here in tonight's game. Bolger at the point. Gamecock still a 5-on-3. One-time shot, knocked down in front. Big save by the left pad of Kyler Maruve. Matt Owen for Owen Thomas. Sends it back down low. Corey Hawkinson sends one and he scores! You had to know it was coming. Corey Hawkinson, 8-3.
That's about as good as execution as you're going to get on a 5-on-3. Hawkinson camping out right by that left face-off circle as he gives a wave to the Gator bench. He got that puck right in his wheelhouse, takes the one-timer, and slots it home for his first goal of the night, second on the season. And you got to feel good for Corey Hawkinson.
Make that 4 points tonight after the assist by Owen Thomas. Colin Burke gets a helper as well. So, as we wait for the goal to be put back there on the scoreboard, 50 seconds remain, still a one-man advantage now for South Carolina. Ian Powderly works things up here to Joe Collega. Sends it back in off the glass, racing in after it, Ben Smith. Through for Mike Peake, taken in out of the skates and shoveled through on a backhand. Finally cleared out after a collision there. Comes down low to Trip Russell, who'll drop it off for Chad Lazine. Lazine behind the goal, 20 seconds left on this Gamecock power play.
Corey Hawkinson. And number 21, Ronan Egan.
They've given the assist to Ronan Egan, but that looked like Owen Thomas.
I thought it was as well.
We'll see.
They also gave the official goal that Cam Mecca tipped into Ronan Egan as well. I'm sure they're going to look at that afterwards.
They're just trying to give Cam points at this point. Or Ronan, rather. As this puck drifts back out, time has expired on the man advantage. Icing waved off, so Trip Russell's going to play this one. As Joe Collega, a long stretch breakout. Redirected in there by Ian Powderly. After it is Mike Peake. Two-man battle. The Gators will win it. Pinching in is Duncan Hickman. Underneath through for Ian Powderly and Michael Peake. He gets taken down. The puck's underneath him somewhere. Mike Bolger tries to mine it out with his stick. He finally gets it here. Bolger walking, creating time and space. Center point Hickman going to send one back down low for Bolger. In the face-off circle. Sends one. That may have hit the goaltender Maruve in the mask. Bolger stops that clearing attempt though. In around, he tries to jam it. After the wraparound attempt there, it's Hickman though. Tries to send it for Parker West. A one-timer, that goes off the outside of the cage. Bolger still, 7.5 to go here, down low. Hickman sends one wide. Gators just trying to get this one out, and they do. Back to play now, Julian Reese in a line change for the visitors. But still on the quick up here, it's Parker West. Out to the right side, watched closely and shaken down low by Brennan Carey. The puck rolls back for Julian Reese at the blue line. Little stutter step, sends things back down. Underneath for Hawkinson. The pointed Parker West. Even strength right now, but the Gamecocks are playing it like a power play. Talk about puck possession. Hawkinson's got it still. Underneath, Julian Reese takes the shot, pops in the air, comes back down into the skates. Reese has it out of the corner. Gamecocks outnumbering the Gators back down low. Reese puts on the brakes, sends it for Luke Rudman. Realizes nobody's home behind him. He's going to have to go get it. Backhand clear goes cross ice in front of the South Carolina bench where it can be taken by Duncan Hickman. They'll move it away from an official and clear it out towards center ice. Parker West to take over. Corey Hawkinson with a goal and an assist and a drawn penalty here. Tripping the call. Harrison Haber to the penalty box.
Add another penalty to the scorebook so far tonight. The Gamecocks have 8 goals as of right now. They also have about 3 or 4 posts. So just an absolute offensive onslaught for the Gamecocks tonight as they move the face-off to its proper spot in the Carolina offensive zone.
2 power play goals so far tonight for South Carolina. They come from Corey Hawkinson and Owen Thomas. Perhaps another one forthcoming here. 1:56 on this one-man advantage here. Haber in the box for a trip. Gators come back shorthanded though. They'll work things out for it And a centering pass there just goes up and over the blocker of Trip Russell. Off the quick trigger pull from Hinton. Matt Owen not typically out there on the power play, and a broken up pass. Someone's gonna have to come out and play this puck. Big opportunity there for Nicholson. McGowan's got a broken stick. Peak battles for it in front of the bench, Colin Burke. And now it comes back out for Nicholson. McGowan's got a fresh twig. Nicholson drops back. Role reversal here. The shorthanded Gators get more of the zone time here. Burke waves McGowan on. Tries to sidestep Hinton. He gets sent down to the ice. And now across for Chad Lazine, breaking in with Michael Peak. That shot again in and out of the glove of Maruve. He's having trouble hanging on to that puck with the glove. Last time that happened, either Ronan Egan or Cam Mecca tapped it home.
It's happened a couple times tonight from Maruve, where he hasn't grabbed that puck cleanly. His rebound control hasn't been there tonight. A minute remains on this Gamecock power play. 5:20 to go in this one.
A couple of broken sticks in this one. It's turning out to be an expensive hockey game.
At least we don't have broken panes like we've had in past games.
Well, give it 5 minutes. We've still got time. Mike Bolger to the point now. Tyler Oakley. Back for Bolger on this power play. Long shot ends up in the glass. It rims around. Joe Collega puts the skates together to keep it in the zone. Owen Thomas underneath. 2 goals tonight. At the point, Oakley, long shot, knocked down. Goes into the dasher behind. Corey Hawkinson for Bolger. Pulls up, cross ice pass. Oakley walks in, sends one, stick save there by Maruve. Down in front of the net is Owen Thomas. For Bolger along the half wall. Sends it back out in Collega. Oakley opens up for the one-timer. He receives the pass, sends it back. Bolger to the backhand. He couldn't get the trigger pull off. Now he sends one, but it's knocked down. Glove there and held by Maruve. Mike Bolger, one of those guys that's just been everywhere all at once tonight for South Carolina.
There's been a couple of them tonight. South Carolina knows the importance of this game, being a division game. They've worked hard this season, and their offense has absolutely dominated tonight.
Talk about the division game. The Gamecocks are 3-0 against SEC opponents, and it would look as if they are on their way to 4-0 as this puck drops down in the slot for Matt Owen. Gamecocks playing out of the SEC East with the Georgia teams as this puck cleared out into the metal past the glass. SEC East with all the Georgia teams, the Carolina teams as well, Clemson and USC, Georgia Tech, University of Georgia, Kennesaw State, and Tennessee. Kind of the odd man out there. And out of the SEC South, the Gators play with Auburn, Lynn University, Florida State, and Florida Atlantic. 5 teams in the SEC South, 6 for the SEC East. SEC West with 5 teams as well. $16 teams all battling for a spot in the tournament come February. And this start for South Carolina, not indicative of anything in the winter, but certainly a good foundation for things to come.
Can't forget that last year, off to a similar start, quick wins in the beginning of the season, but couldn't get it going in the second half.
Redirected shot in front. The schedule gets considerably harder as we approach the end of 2019. Gamecocks will tangle with Clemson one more time. Kennesaw State will come for a visit. Kennesaw State giving the Gamecocks a considerable amount of trouble last season. Luke Thurston, the goaltender out of Finland, I believe. Finland or Sweden. The Scandinavian countries escape me right now. But Luke Thurston, certainly one of the outstanding players for Kennesaw State. He will certainly be at the forefront of a battle between these two clubs when the Owls come into town. Bolger in the neutral zone, dropping back and playing this one on for Colin Burke. Sending this one across for Collega. He'll switch with Bolger. Bolger fills in that center lane. Bolger, right wing, sends one on goal and a glove save by Maruve. And that one, he has no trouble hanging on to.
Yeah, good work from Bolger again. Working that puck through the neutral zone by himself. Weaving his way through the Florida defense, and a good shot there on net. but a better save by Marube with the glove.
Ben Smith wins the draw now. Powderly shoots one off a leg. Comes back and racing after it is Nichols. A diving play. Beautiful effort there by Tyler Oakley. One of the nicest defensive plays we've seen so far tonight. Ben Smith now into the zone for South Carolina. Sends one up for Rudman. Sharp angle shot through the goal mouth. Coming down to play, this is Duncan Hickman. Luke Rudman below the goal stripe. On his backhand, he'll look for a pass. Hang on to the puck instead. Now chip it out off the boards. Oakley's going to have to race back and get this one again. Although this time the diving theatrics not necessary. He makes a strong play out towards center ice. But the Gators quickly counter. Rudman for South Carolina. His man goes low to take that check, Harrison Haber. And this one sent on from neutral territory, gloved by Russell, played for Oakley. Two and a half to go here in the third frame. South Carolina 5 goals ahead of their opponents from the south. Sent back in on the dasher. So 18 goals last time these two teams played. 11 tonight. 11 goals is a lot for a hockey game, but not as many as 18.
Yeah, and the shots were even more impressive in that game. South Carolina was up towards 60 shots, 60-plus shots in that SEC tournament, and Florida had almost matched it. You talked about it. An equal amount of scoring for South Carolina. Can't say the same for Florida.
Don't have an official read on the shots here tonight, but I venture to say upwards of 30 for South Carolina, somewhere in the 20 range for Florida. That does not include all the missed shots and goal posts racked up by that man, number 3, Corey Hawkinson. Not to say he's missed the net a lot, but just had a lot of chances that haven't gone quite his way. Down low, inside 2 to play here. Things have calmed down. Parker West for Hawkinson, and now Owen Thomas makes a nice move to the forehand in the slot. McGowan pinches down low. Takes a shoulder there off of Luke Haber. Now at the point, Parker West. Hawkinson from the goal line. Sends a sharp angle shot towards the goal crease. It ends up for Mike Bolger, and he can't hang on to it. Can't hold it in the zone. He'll have to go back to wind things up. A slow end to this one. Began all the way back with a Haber goal. 49 seconds in to give the Gators the lead. Cam Mecca would counter a little while later. Nicholson would give Florida a 2-1 lead. And then 5 consecutive Gamecock goals broken up by an Aiden Maruve goal. 2 more Gamecock goals. We find ourselves at 8-3. With an icing waved off. Now taking Parker West on the clear. It's held in though. Near side, a step towards the net on the backhand centering pass. And going awkwardly into the boards there is Michael Coletta. Back the other way, play continues. Matt Owen in the slot, sends one towards the net. He scores! Matt Owen gets his first of the season. 9-3 South Carolina.
Good finish there by Matt Owen. Only his second point of the season, but again, we're seeing the youngsters get points on the board. Talent is very impressive, as the celebrations are as well.
Matt Owen getting bumped over to center for this game. He's a flexible player, the junior out of Brooklyn. One of a number of New York players for South Carolina. Cam Mecca, Nick Peters out of Buffalo. Mecca out of Rome. Brian Soar, the club leader in penalty minutes, set the team record last year with 73 of them. He was from Yonkers. Soar actually on hand for this one. We don't see him right now, but he was here at one point.
And Michael Peake will be credited with the assist on that one, getting a point before this game expires.
So as time runs off, we've seen a little bit of everything. 9-3 the final score here. The Gamecocks take this one. They improve to a perfect 6-0 on the season. Gators fall to 4-4, and they've got to come through this South Carolina team again at 9:30 on Sunday morning. It was a back-and-forth game for a little while, and then the Gamecock offense kind of busted the seams on this one.
Yeah, Florida came out of the gate pretty hot with that quick goal. but after that really couldn't get anything going. South Carolina dominated puck possession, moved the puck around well on special teams, and a big win for the South Carolina team to move to 6-0.
And aside from the opening goal against Trip Russell, it was a solid shot upstairs. The second goal was a 2-on-1. Nothing really he could do about that one. And the third goal, just a loose puck that he thought he had. Aside from the first and the third goal, I think Trip Russell had an outstanding night in the limited shots he saw.
Yeah, and that slow moments of play where Florida didn't have puck possession in the offensive zone. So Trip Russell took his time back there, stayed in the game mentally, as you talked about, and a great performance from him.
Some outstanding saves as well by Kyler Maruve, but tough to pay attention to the outstanding saves when 9 pucks get past. One to shake off here for the Florida goaltender. He will be back in action on Sunday. He is their only option to be back in action. So that'll do it. For the 6th time this season, the Gamecocks take the win, and they do it by scoring 6 or more goals. Final score of the game, 9-3 South Carolina. An outstanding night by rookies and upperclassmen alike. And that'll be the end of it. For all of us here at the Capital City Sports Network, for Zach McKinstry, thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. We look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Good night, Carolina, and forever to thee.
You are watching the Capital City Sports Network on SGTV.